Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we peel back the layers of big business and find out if it is built on solid ground or just a house of cards. Today we're diving into a report from Credit Acceptance Corporation, a company that deals with car loans, a business that can be pretty wild ride, especially after tough economic times. Let's see what they're telling us about their performance. So the report we're looking at is a current report filed on the 20th of October 2025. This is basically a heads up on anything significant happening with the company that investors need to know about right away. It is not a full quarterly or annual report, but it always contains timely information.
The company we're talking about is Credit Acceptance Corporation. Think of them as a business that helps people who might not get loans from traditional banks, especially for buying cars. They offer financing to a wider range of customers.
Now, the main reason for this filing is to share some materials that are going to be added to their investor relations website. This means they are releasing information that is important for people who own or are thinking about owning their stock. They are calling this Exhibit 99.1.
Essentially, Credit Acceptance Corporation is sharing some stuff on their website, and they're using this filing to let everyone know that they are doing it. They want to make sure that this information is available to all investors at the same time, which is what a rule called Regulation FD or Fair Disclosure is all about.
They are explicitly stating that this information is not to be considered a formal admission of the importance of the details within it.
This part of the report outlines what exhibits are being included. In this case, it is the materials for their website and the standard cover page information in a special digital format called XBRL, which is like a computer-readable way to present financial data. The report is signed off by J.D. Martin, who is their Chief Financial Officer. That is the person in charge of the company's money matters. It was signed on the 20th of October 2025. Now let's look at the meat of it, the actual information they're putting on their website. Since this is a Form 8,
It is usually about a specific event or disclosure, rather than a deep dive into quarterly financials normally found in a 10Q or 10. The filing tells us that materials to be added to website on or about the 20th of October, 2025, are being furnished.
this means we're being pointed to their investor relations website for the detailed information. Unfortunately, this particular filing doesn't contain tables of numbers directly within it for us to dissect. It is more of a notification that something is coming.
Normally on Corporate Decoder, we'd be digging into revenue growth cost of doing business. Maybe how much debt they have, and if they're making money on the loans they issue. For a company like Credit Acceptance Corporation, we'd be keen to understand their delinquency rates, how many loans are falling behind.
We'd also want to see their net charge-offs, which is the amount of money they've lost on loans that they can no longer collect. Given that they work with a segment of the market that might be considered higher risk, their ability to manage those risks is paramount. We'd want to see if their underwriting process is working, if they're pricing their loans appropriately to account for the higher chance of defaults.
For example, if we saw a 20% increase in loan losses, it would mean that for every 5 loans they expected to get paid back 2 are now unlikely to be repaid, impacting their profitability directly. We would also look at their servicing portfolio. How many loans are actively being managed? Are they collecting payments effectively?
And importantly, are they growing their portfolio thoughtfully, or are they expanding too quickly without the proper controls in place? In the absence of specific financial tables here, we have to rely on the fact that they are providing this information willingly to their investors. Typically, companies share updates on their loan origination volumes, portfolio performance, and any changes in their outlook. If these updates reveal a significant improvement in their ability to manage risk or an unexpected surge in profitable loan originations, that would be very positive. On the flip side, any indication that the economic environment is becoming tougher for their borrowers could signal potential headwinds. This could mean higher default rates or increased costs associated with trying to recover defaulted loans. A company in this space needs to be agile, adapting its strategies to changing economic conditions and borrower behavior. We also need to remember the broader economic picture. If interest rates are high, it can make it harder for people to afford car payments. If unemployment is rising, then more people are likely to struggle to make their loan payments. Credit Acceptance Corporation's business is very sensitive to these macroeconomic factors. Without the actual details from their website, what we can infer from this Form 8K is that Credit Acceptance Corporation is likely sharing some form of business update. The timing of this update also gives us a peek into their ongoing operations. The fact that they are filing this on the 20th of October 2025 suggests that the information pertains to recent performance or perhaps forward-looking statements that they want to communicate proactively. Thinking about the car loan industry in general, it is a market that requires careful financial management and a deep understanding of risk. Companies like Credit Acceptance Corporation sort of act as a financial backbone for many consumers looking to purchase vehicles when traditional avenues are not available. Their success hinges on their ability to assess risk accurately, price loans effectively, and service their portfolios efficiently. This filing is significant because it signals that Credit Acceptance Corporation is ready to share their latest insights with the market. Now, looking at the broader picture for Credit Acceptance Corporation, while this filing doesn't give us specific numbers, it does tell us they are actively communicating with their investors. This proactive approach is generally a good sign. It implies transparency and a desire to keep stakeholders informed. The key for them will be how these materials on their website address the performance of their loan portfolio, the effectiveness of their collections, and their overall financial health in the current market environment. We will be keeping a close eye on their investor relations website to see what those upcoming materials reveal. In conclusion, this Form 8K is a pointer towards more detailed information that Credit Acceptance Corporation will be releasing. It is filed to ensure fair disclosure of information to all investors. While we don't have the numbers directly in this document, the act of filing and pointing to website materials suggests they have something important to share about their business. The success of Credit Acceptance Corporation is deeply tied to its ability to navigate the complexities of the auto finance market, managing risk and ensuring profitability. We eagerly await the details on their website to form a more concrete opinion on their current standing and future prospects. Alright, that is our quick decode of this particular filing. What are your thoughts on companies using these types of reports to direct investors to website materials? Let us know in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more plain English financial insights. Don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for further discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.